Hey guys, hey Tail Happy and Chad, what's up? How are you guys tonight? How was your weekend? How was your week? Hope everybody had a good one. I had a pretty good one. Hopefully everybody's doing well. We've been having beautiful weather here in Nebraska and everything's been going pretty well. Nothing too exciting, which can be good sometimes. So yeah, we're okay. Got a couple videos out today, which was nice. I really didn't mean to do two, but one of them was kind of some news that was happening right now. So I thought I'd get that out and hopefully get a couple more out here in the next couple of days. Try to pick up my video production a little bit. I've been slacking a little bit. I want to get more videos out. Kind of hard for the channel to grow if I don't get a lot of videos out. So, what's up, Chad? What's up, Tail Happy? Yeah, I'm a slacker. Man, I worked my butt off. This is my only day off, and I spent the whole day working on the car and videos. I'm ready to rest now. Had a good time doing it though. I always enjoy it. Making videos it's work, but it's fun work. So it's very time consuming, but it is also a lot of fun. So kind of like can't complain much about it. I really like it. So it's a cool thing. I feel weird when I don't make a video for a couple days. I feel kind of weird. So I also did my laundry. What else did I do? I did a few things. Went grocery shopping. So yeah, I had a pretty busy day for a Sunday. Usually I kind of kick back and make one video. That's about it for the day. But today I was just sort of motivated. So got lots going on and hopefully some even more stuff going on soon. So we shall see. Slack it. Well, maybe that's a new word. Slack it. We got 4 people. Who else is here, guys? We got Tail Happy. We got Chad. I think maybe Tail Happy might have taken off. I'm not sure. Hey, Eric Martin's here. What's going on, Eric Martin? I'm doing okay, man. Just doing the usual Sunday night thing and hoping a lot of people show up. Hopefully have a good chat. Hopefully have a good live stream and talk about whatever. What do you guys think about this GM strike thing going on? Looks like they're going to strike here in about 4 hours. Well, actually 3 hours, I think. It'd be midnight Detroit time, I believe. So not looking good. It looks like they're not coming to any kind of agreement. So Steve Fitzpatrick, you got new rims and tires for your RT. Cool. What'd you get, man? Send some photos. Awesome. It's exciting. It's kind of like when you get your new rims and tires, it's almost like you got a new car for a few days. I like doing stuff like that because it makes you feel like, wow, it's totally different now. American Racing, oh, cool, nice. Nice. I was looking for some tires today for our Saturn, man. Trying to find like the El Cheapo cheapest tires I could find for it because it never even leaves this little town. It just goes back and forth about 5 blocks and about 5 blocks home for her to take to work and back, and that is it. So looking for some super cheap tires since winter's coming. They're pretty bad. So what kind of tires did you get, Steve? Generals. I'd probably go super cheap, like no name brand, just because it's not even going to go above 30 miles an hour ever. So you got Goodyear's, cool. Yeah, Tail Happy. They're putting SRT. Yeah, all the old parts are being used on the new. Yeah, everything's kind of getting stacked down. So yeah, they're putting the SRT hood on the GTs now. Wow. I feel so left out. Yeah, I saw some Westlake tires today, as a matter of fact, online. I was like, those are pretty freaking cheap. mean, this car is literally not going to go more than a mile at a time, and it'll never go above about 30 miles an hour. So, barring some kind of absolute emergency where I had to get it on the highway, I can't imagine what would happen. We have 3 other cars, so. Destroyer 1320, what's going on, Destroyer? How's it going, man? Good to have you here. Yeah, first time. Thanks for being here. Hope you enjoy. It's usually a pretty good time. We talk about whatever we want. It could be cars or anything else, any kind of car or any subject, really. Sometimes we end up on crazy stuff that has nothing to do with cars. So, yeah, but thanks for being here. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. 9 people. Everybody start talking. We got a few people who are in here, but everybody speak up now. Let us know where you're from and who you are. Whoops, I got my. You always see me drinking stuff. I usually drink two full bottles of something while we do the streams in an hour and a half. And I bet you know what I do right after the stream's over. Eric Martin wants to know any recommendations for exhaust. How much of an exhaust do you want to do? The whole thing or? Cat back. Everybody says good things about the Borla attack. I don't know. It sounds good on videos, but it's hard to tell. Hey, Becky is here. The chat is officially underway now that Becky has arrived. Welcome, Becky. Thank you for being here. Steve, why do the windows come down when you open them? I think they pop down a little bit and then they pop back up when you close it. And I think that's to get a good seal and also to clear when you slam the door. I know there's a reason behind it. I'm assuming so that it doesn't, so they don't catch the seal. So they go down when you open it. When you close it again, they pop back up. I think it's just I have a feeling in a few years when things start to break, that may become a problem when it gets stuck down or up or something, but we will see. Yeah, Chad, I put 305s on the back and 275s on the front, exactly, with 10.5-inch wide rims on the back and 9.5s on the front. Yeah, the door pressure, and then a few people have complained about that little pop down and up thing not working when it gets super cold out, or if the car's icy or something like that. So I don't know. I haven't had that issue. I live in Nebraska, and as you guys know, I drive the car so all the time. Not all the time, but even in the snow sometimes. Sorry, guys. I got an itchy throat tonight. This could be bad. I don't know if it's allergies or what. Telepi had a Flowmaster catback on his RT, and it sounded similar to a stock Scat Pack. Yeah, Eric, I think a lot of cars are doing that now. I think so. You're right there. Destroyer, you're in Arizona, so you don't have that problem. Well, your seals might melt and stick on the window. I'm in Nebraska, so we get in the winter it gets pretty cold. We get down to like 0 sometimes or below, and then in the summer sometimes 100 or above, depending. We have some pretty extreme swings in temperature here, but Becky has had problems with her windows freezing. It's a pain getting in. Yeah, I've heard a few people say that. Steve, if you go to any of my videos, in the description, I always have the email address in the description, at the end of the description somewhere. So if you go watch any of my videos, just check the description and it'll have my or you can send pictures to my Facebook page, Joey66, just like it's spelled for the channel here on Facebook. You can send them there too if you'd rather do it that way. Dominic is here. What's up, Dominic? We have some spray stuff at work too. You can spray on your windows on a cold night so that in the morning they're not frozen or frozen over. It's from Prestone, I think, or I want to say it's a Prestone product, but I'm sure there's some other companies that make it as well. It's just in a spray bottle. You just go out and you spray your windows and your windshield, and then no matter how cold it gets in the morning, it's ready to rock for you, which is kind of a nice thing. And luckily, I have a garage to keep it in, mine in. So the other cars here, sometimes we have frozen door situations on there, but as far as the Challenger goes, it stays in the garage. So I had a Dodge minivan, which I've told you guys about before. It always had really a lot of problems with the doors and the side door, especially freezing in the winter. The cover's kind of a pain, I think. I mean, covering your car up all the time is a real pain, and I think most people that have them don't use them that much just because it's such a hassle to do. 11 people, cool. We've been in here for a little over 10 minutes. Let's keep them coming. Hopefully everybody's having a good time and had a good weekend. Like I said, everybody, anything interesting happened this week? Anybody? And you got some stories to tell? I can't think of. I didn't have a whole lot, except for my headlight rings getting yanked out of my car. That was weird, but other than that, nothing too crazy. You beat a Tesla, sweet. All right. That's always a good thing. It was hard to beat, man. Those things are quick. So your neighbor's cat brought you a snake. Well, that's a good thing. You got a gift. Chad, why am I the C8? Because I like Corvettes. I like the C8 vet, even though I'm a Challenger guy. And also because I think it would be a good video to make, because people will probably watch it. And yeah. Oh, you got a 2015 Harley Breakout. Cool. That's probably the only one of the newer Harleys that I really like. Good looking bikes, for sure. I kind of want to get one again. I've had so many, and you guys know I just sold mine a couple months back there, and I'm starting to wish I had another one, although I don't know. Yeah, it's pretty impressive, 1320. Hard to beat those cars. Yeah, I know that. I think all the 2020s are pre-sold pretty much. The problem is, are they going to be made now? Because they haven't all been produced, and now at midnight tonight, Detroit time, there's supposed to be a UAW strike against GM. So we shall see if they get any of the whatever C8s are made now. It might be the only ones out for a while, which could be a really bad thing. There's so much hype around the car, and so many people are excited about it. To have it come to a grinding halt all of a sudden would really suck. But we'll see. Yeah, I'd hate to see it interrupted. I mean, there's a few out there now, but all these people are so excited about ordering and getting their car and getting in line for their car to come. I know how that feels when we ordered our Challenger that way. I know how exciting that was to wait and everything, and how frustrating and mixed with excitement. And then to have suddenly, if they would have suddenly come to a stop, the factory stopped making them all of a sudden in the middle of it, that would have been. Oh, did he really? Rick Ocasek died? Motley 392, what's up? Welcome back. Thanks for being here once again. Always good to see you. So the Cars frontman died. Oh, that's terrible. Pretty good band. Not really my kind of music, but they're definitely a good band, and they had some pretty catchy songs over the years. Stroyer says you got to love the unions. Remember that from Illinois? Yeah, I was born and grew up my first few years in Detroit and had family that worked at Ford and everything. So yeah, and when I was a kid, there was a lot more strikes and stuff against a lot of the automakers than there is nowadays. You know, like I was saying in the video earlier, this is the first GM strike in 12 years, since 2007. So it's not as common now, but that's really sucked. And then, you know, GM had some bad news earlier in the week, that all those truck recalls and everything for brakes, is some kind of brake problem. Yeah, Eddie Money gone, and now Rick Ocasek too, apparently. Oh, that's terrible. Never a big Eddie Money fan either, but again, some really obviously good songwriter and good performer, and it's had some big hits that were, you know, they definitely get stuck in your head when you hear them. Yeah, right to work states and all that stuff makes a little more sense to me. But we won't go into all that because that could cause people to be angry at each other. So, not really taking sides in the thing, but it's just terrible all around. If they go on strike, it's going to be bad news for an awful lot of people, not just the workers, but the businesses around there and all the people downstream, all the suppliers and material suppliers and delivery, all that stuff, truck drivers. It's going to hurt a lot of people. So, William Strauss, what's up? William's in the house. What's going on, man? Homer, Alaska. Yep, you get the F8 TA. Beautiful color. Cool car. Ah, you're making some ribs on the old Traeger grill, huh? Nice. I made I did some chicken out on the grill earlier in the Weber grill. So. I'm getting a little chicken burned out though. I'm doing this low carb thing, and it's I've been eating a lot of chicken breasts. Trying to eat high protein, trying to hit the weights again and everything. And right now I'm eating very little, but I'm eating a lot of protein, a lot of chicken. Once it gets time to put on a jacket and a sweatshirt and coats and everything, I'm going to try to really bulk up for the winter and put on a lot of muscle. But I don't like doing it when I can't cover it all up so much. So. Then it'll come like middle of February, I'll start trying to take some of that back off. Yeah, GM. Yeah, Chad. Destroyer doing the keto thing. They're kind of similar, I guess. They have some similar high protein and all that, but I think pretty much everything works if you stick to it. That's part of the deal because it makes you pay attention to what you're eating. So, yeah, I know they were going to add a shift at Bowling Green and hire 400 people because of the C8, but yeah, I don't know what's going to happen now. That would have been 400 new jobs, and would have been great for that. Obviously, the whole Bowling Green area would have benefited from that. The whole country benefits from it when you follow the trail of where all that money goes. Everybody benefits when new jobs are created. Everybody gets a little part of it. Hopefully they won't strike. From what I understand, they're not even talking now, so it's just going to happen. Who knows? Hopefully they still got 3 hours to figure something out, or maybe they'll extend the deadline. Who knows? That's what they did yesterday, because I think this was supposed to happen yesterday. They decided to extend it another 24 hours, and then they couldn't work anything out, and everybody walked out. So I don't know. We'll see. I was going to save that video for later tonight or maybe early in the morning, but I was like afraid, like I kind of wanted to get out before whatever happens, whether they go on strike or whether they don't. If they do come to an agreement, either way, I kind of wanted to get the video out ahead of whatever happens. So we'll see. I'm hoping that that video will be meaningless in a few hours, and they'll come to an agreement. That'd be cool. Cal Happy's been waiting on a in-transit Scat Pack wide body for 6 weeks. Ugh. $10 per horsepower has been extended. Yeah, I got some stuff in the mail last week. We got some stuff in the mail. She threw it all away before I could see it, but it was a thing about the $10 per horsepower, and I think all the ways we could get into a new Challenger and get rid of our old one, and how much and all that other stuff. So she said she opened the mail, looked at it, and then stuck it in the bottom of the trash can. I was about to dig it out, but I thought, oh, no. I don't want to get any more obsessed with this than I already am. Hey, Destroyer, thank you so much for coming in. You're welcome back anytime. Please come back and keep supporting the channel, man. I appreciate that. Have a good time with your ribs, man. Thank you. Yeah, man, waiting for the cars. Looking back on it, it's kind of a cool memory, but at the time, there was sometimes it was like, oh, come on. Where is it? What's going on? I mean, it got here on time, really. It seemed like forever, though. And at the time, was it the VATS system? Is that what it's called? Where you can look up where your car's at and what's going on with it, what part of the process it's in. It was not working, so we were unable to go online and see what was going on with the car. They did give us a 800 number to call. We could talk to a human, and they would tell you what was going on. If they put you on hold for a couple minutes, they'd come back and tell you. But it was a little bit more of a hassle, and you kind of feel weird calling an actual person. It would have been a lot easier to do it online, but at the time it just wasn't working. So, but Kim did call a few times and got updates. And then I remember the day we still weren't sure when it was coming. And then I got home one Friday after work, and I said, well, why don't we call that 800 number again and see where the car's at? And she pulled out her phone and showed me a picture of a car. And she said, you mean this car right here? And she had already gotten a call from the dealership, and they sent her a photo, and they texted her a photo and everything. So she was waiting for me to get home to show me. So that was kind of a cool moment. But Ross is a dealer order. So they ordered the car, you bought it, but they had already. William got his personalized Alaska plates. It's 4 pinks. What do you think? 4 pinks, huh? I've always kind of, I don't know if I'd ever want to get personalized tags or not. I've thought about it before. I already pay $100 extra now to not have a front tag. In Nebraska, if you pay $100, you don't have to put one on the front. So we do that. I don't want to spend even more to get persons. I don't know. They are cool, though. Racing for pinks, yeah. Surprised they let you have that. I guess it's not really offensive, but sometimes they'll stop you from getting certain things if they find it offensive, or if they can find that to be promoting street racing or something like that. But yeah, it's all fine. It depends on the state too. I've seen some states. I've seen a lot of rejected stuff like online where people requested a personalized plate that got rejected. And some of them were pretty tame stuff. I don't know why they got rejected, but probably depends on which person reviews it, whether they find it. That's a pretty good one, though. I like that. Good choice. Chad, I knew something was funny was coming from Chad. He asked about the B option. They said no. Oh, God. That would be good, though. That would be really good. I'm going to try that one. Oh, wait, they already rejected you, though. Oh, really? Only $20? I think they're pretty expensive here in Nebraska. We get a lot of. It's cheap to live here, but the taxes and the fees on things are pretty high. So, like I said, we got to pay. Actually, our tags are due this month, and I think it's going to be $700 or $800 to renew the tags on the Challenger this month after 2 years. Last year it was like 900 or something. The first year, of course, it was 6,000 or 7,000 because we paid the tax. I forget, 7,500, I don't know. It was a lot of money. We paid the taxes and everything the first year, as well as the fees, and then now we got it. Every year it goes down a little bit because you have to pay personal property tax on cars here. So kind of ridiculous. And I think personalized tags are pretty expensive too. Might eat them. Pretty good, pretty good. You got some creative personalized tags there, William. Pretty good. Yeah. I used to know a guy who he had a Viper. This was way back in the very first generation Vipers, and his said, I think it was BYCOP, bye bye cop, which I thought was kind of stupid anyway. But he worked at a grocery store and he was driving a Dodge Viper. Everybody wondered how he was affording that car. But he ended up getting arrested a few months later, or maybe a year later, or something like that, after he got that Viper. So he was embezzling money from the store through some kind of a return scheme where when people would return stuff, he would. I can't remember how it even worked. He was collecting receipts and returning stuff and getting cash. I don't even remember how he did it. It was some kind of scheme he had going. He ended up getting arrested for embezzling or whatever, stealing all that money. And it was like a lot of money too. I think it was like $900,000 or something over a couple of years or something like that. So yeah, it was one way to get a Viper. He was telling people that his grandparents passed away and left him money or something like that. And that was his story because he was buying all this crazy stuff. And he bought a bunch of tanning bed store, places where you go get tanning stores or whatever you call them. And yeah, so. What's that? Let's see. I'm trying to figure that one out, William. I can't figure that one out. Eater. Oh, okay. Okay. All right. All right. Chad's about to make jalapeno dragon toe cayenne pepper salsa. Hope you don't. Yeah, don't touch anything. Don't touch your eyes or anything else. Better wear gloves. You want to get some of those black automotive working on gloves for that. I chopped up a whole bunch of jalapenos one day with bare hands, and that was like really stupid. I didn't realize how. I mean, I thought it might burn a little, but it burned really bad for a really long time, and I learned a lesson. I'll never do that again. Michael Campbell, what's going on, Michael Campbell? Welcome into the live stream chat. How's it going, man? Nothing much here. We're just talking cars and cutting up peppers and personalized license tags and all kinds of cool stuff here. So. Cool. Glad to see you got it here, man. It's as you can see, super exciting here. So, no, that's cool. I like doing this. It's a lot of fun. We always have a pretty good time and have some good conversation. So, glad you made it finally. William Strauss, take care, man. Have a good time up there. Keep thinking up those good ideas for license tags. It's pretty cool. Good night. Yeah, we were going to renew our tags this month by mail, which you can do here. But then we forgot we have to pay $100 for the little sticker for the front window, so we don't have to have a front license plate. And I'm pretty sure you can't do that part by mail. You have to go to the place. And so anyway, that's kind of a pain in the butt. It's about 12 miles from here, and not the end of the world, but living out here in the middle of nowhere, sometimes you got to go quite a ways to get to it. So nope, no ghosts. I haven't seen any ghosts, thankfully. That was weird though. There was something sitting right there. Freaked me out just a little bit. Probably just a reflection on my glasses sides or something. I don't know. Sure looked like a person sitting there for a minute though. Yeah, if we had to have two plates here, I still wouldn't put one on the front. I just get to get tickets for it because there's no way on most cars I wouldn't care, but on a nice, or I consider my car nice anyway. What's up, Scat Pack? I wouldn't want to have a front plate on it. It just, I think it kind of ruins the look of the front. And I just take the damn ticket. Michael Campbell says they're trying to pass a tax on families with 3 or more cars. Well, that's really great, isn't it? They're always trying to pass a tax on people for something. Who cares how many cars you have? Why should you have to be taxed because you have too many cars? Yeah, I think front plate looks bad on a Challenger or a lot of cars, really, but there's no good place to put it. It just sticks right out there and looks terrible. No, no state inspections here, so no emissions and no inspections of any kind. Thankfully, because everybody here, a lot of us do stuff that probably wouldn't pass inspection. So I don't know. I guess the only thing I really done would be my exhaust. I don't know if that would pass or not, but yep, I hear a lot of people, especially in certain states where it's really strict. Uh, you can't do a whole lot to the car unless you want to switch it back every year before you go in for inspection. But Becky's inspection is due in October. Good times, good times. That's always going to be a consideration for me if I move like to a different state or something, what their laws are concerning that kind of stuff, because I don't want to have to deal with that kind of thing. They say it's to help the bus. Yeah, they always have some weird, twisted reason why a tax on something is going to help something else. But if people want to ride the bus, they're going to ride the bus. If they don't, they're not going to. So it's always BS. Taxes are BS in the first place, and they always come up with a way to. They're always reaching in your pocket for more. So, and they make it these tiny little taxes so that people go, "Oh, I don't care. It's just a little bit." But when they do just a little bit, 100 times, it's not a little bit anymore. Or it's like, oh, it's a tax on some other people, not me. Well, just because it doesn't affect you doesn't mean you should be okay with it. Because when someone comes to tax something that you want to do or whatever that you do, then you got to stand up for other people too. When someone else's rights are being taken away, or when they're being taxed for something just because it doesn't really directly affect you, you still need to speak up and be against it. So, Steve Fitzpatrick says Florida has no inspection. Florida's got some pretty cool laws, I think, for the most part. Karen, what's up, Karen Windsor? How you doing? Karen says that PA is a greedy state. Yeah, I've heard that. Yeah, tax you till you have to ride the bus. Exactly, Chad. They'll keep taxing the hell out of you, and everybody will be riding the bus, and they'll say, "Look what a success this tax has been. Everybody's riding the bus." Yeah, taxes go up. You just gotta pay attention to who you're voting for, and keep all that kind of stuff in mind. Don't let things slide by. Get out there and make your voice heard. Too many people sit back and then when all these crazy things happen with crazy taxes and crazy laws and restrictions on this and rights taken away on that, and it's too late once it happens. I mean, they don't. Very rarely do they have taxes go away on anything. So sometimes, like income tax, will get lowered or something like they did, a year or two ago. But all the other taxes that pop up for this and that, those don't go away once they're getting that money. Very rarely will you see some other crazy tax ever go away. Michael says he hates Memphis. He lives in Bartlett, but you want out of there so bad. I've been to Nashville. I've never been to Memphis. I've never been to that part of the state. Sky Pack says Jesse Ventura for 2020. Yeah, I mean, sit back and then complain. I mean, you still have a right to complain because you're still a citizen and everything, whether you vote or not. But it's just important to get out there, pay attention to the issues, pay attention to the taxes, pay attention to who wants to take money out of your pocket and who doesn't. And that's Michael says I'm not missing anything. Yeah. Oh, I would. I do. I will. I always keep your tools on you. He says I need a gloss black fuel door to match my wheels. I think it looks cool with the flat and the black, the satin and the gloss. I always kind of like that look, combination of the two. Well, I was hoping for some trolls tonight. I don't have any yet. Dang it. I was enjoying that last week. I know some people don't. Some people who are in here are like, get rid of those people. But I think it's kind of funny. As long as they don't get, as long as they keep it, they can insult me or whatever. That's all great. But as long as they don't get going on anything like racism or racist stuff like that. Other than that, I let everything pretty much slide. But Ventura did some good things. Minnesota's governor, $99 license tags across the board is nice. Yeah, that'll be nice. Yeah, ours are. Yeah, it's gonna be. It's going down after 11 years here. All you pay is the license fee, but for the first 11 years you own a new car, you have to pay um, property tax on that car every year, which is ridiculous. And I think it hurts car sales. I mean, people are less likely to buy cars and nice new cars when they know, well, it's going to cost me a crap ton in taxes, and I got to pay those taxes for 11 years. Thank you, Chad. It's about time. I needed a troll. I was having a troll withdrawal. Thanks, Chad. Becky says, yeah, we get some strange people here, don't we, Becky? Did you enjoy the therapy session you had? Yeah, we have some therapy sessions, and they like to analyze me. Most of them come in kind of mean and nasty, and then they calm down after. Either they just leave right away when they realize they're not bothering anybody, or they calm down and they just become part of the conversation, which is kind of weird. I like that, though. It's kind of funny. Maybe one of these chats will just have a. Oh, there we go. Here, not start that, Joan. We'll just do like an all troll live stream where we try to get as many as we can. I'll advertise for it. Come in, and whoever can come up with the nastiest stuff can win some kind of prize or something. As long as they don't, there's certain areas we can't go into, but that might be fun. Maybe that's a way to grow the channel. I'm opening bottle number 2, and it's only 41 minutes into the stream. That reminds me, without drinking the pop, I haven't seen what's his name in a while. Fat Boy R6, better known as High Octane Hemi, or also known as High Octane Hemi. I haven't seen him in a while. Fitzpatrick's got a carry and conceal. Michael Campbell, you have a carry permit. It's either where am I stay if I go to a gun-free zone and I get hurt by a gunman, I can legally sue the company. Cool. Yeah, some of the trolls are just kids, and they probably have to go to bed after a couple of minutes. Their mom calls them or something. So, yep, we just can sit back, and you guys can jump in and. Oh, my phone. Yeah, they have school in the morning. Their mom's got to use the laptop, so they got to put, My phone went off. I just want to make sure it's not one of my kids or anything. Nope, we're good. BP, what's going on, BP? How you doing? I think the Challenger GT is a cool car. Definitely a good car for people that need, an all-weather vehicle and stuff like that. Nothing wrong with it. It's a cool car. I like all the Challengers. Becky's going to have to be quiet if there's a troll stream, she says. Larry, what's up? How's it going, Larry Feuerbacher? Cool, man. We're getting a few people in here. Good to see a couple new ones. How are you guys? Where's everybody from that I don't already know? I always like to kind of hear where people are from and kind of picture in my head. Yeah, I knew Michael's in Memphis. Louisiana, Mark Duty's in Louisiana. What's up, Mark? Fresno, California. Nice. I was going to say, Michael, you read my mind. Did you ever check out Graceland or how? I don't know. That's the first thing most people like myself think of when we think of Memphis. Skypack. Let's see. It says, do you use any Challenger? I belong to some Challenger forums on like Facebook and things like that. Mark's doing good. Tail Happy's in Toledo. Yeah, probably most of a tourist thing, right, Michael? It's tourists go there, but the locals. I used to live in Colorado Springs, and it was kind of the same way. There's a lot of tourist stuff there that we really didn't check out that often, but tourists would always go there, which is cool. I mean, it brings in money, so it's all good and brings people to town. But is it a bad part of town now? But yeah, it's when you live somewhere, you don't really necessarily do all the stuff that people do when they visit there. So, some of the stuff we still did, but. I'm assuming it wasn't a bad part of town back in the day when he moved there or built it. Did he build? I guess he built it, didn't he? Most tourists get robbed. Yeah, some of the places I lived in Colorado Springs when I was a kid that were not nicer areas, but decent, nice areas, are now pretty rough. There's like shootings in some of the couple of schools I went to, or I've read news articles lately on those schools where there's crazy stuff going on. I was like, that would have never happened when I was there. Larry, I'm getting, or I'm probably do that later tonight. I keep forgetting to get on and do it. Um, I think I'm going to get. You guys know that I don't like to match things up. I like contrasting things, so I'm going to get slime green, I believe. I know people thought I was crazy when I got the orange. I just like little tiny bits of contrasting stuff. I don't want it to be overwhelming or anything like that, but I'd probably get some eventually order some stuff for the engine too, some different color stuff. Probably go with Sublime or something for that too, or maybe I don't know, just a little bit, some little touches here and there of a different color. Michael says that when Elvis was alive, it was a decent part of town. Says yeah, so over the last 40 years or whatever, it's gotten. Yeah, things change and people move out to the outskirts and then farther out and farther out, and the old places kind of go away and end up to be bad neighborhoods eventually, or just seems to be the way it is. Pretty much every city's like that. Memphis was a Dominic says Memphis was a big wrestling town back in the 80s with Jerry the King Lawler. Yeah, I remember them. I was never a big wrestling fan at all, but I lived through those times, so I remember a lot of the names and characters and all that stuff. So is Jerry the Lawler the one that punched? Uh, was it Geraldo Rivera or somebody? Some reporter who asked if it was fake. I forget. I remember the event kind of, but I don't remember who it was now. Michael says Jerry's a nice guy, egotistical, but a nice guy. Yeah, I remember the Eddie Kaufman thing. Okay, that's probably why I'm thinking of him then. Somebody hit a reporter like it was like Dr. D. David Schultz hit him. Michael says his son used to buy meth down the street from me. Damn. Yeah, drugs will catch up to you eventually, man. I think there's quite a bit of meth around here, out in, even in rural Nebraska. I don't know where, I don't know who, I don't know all the connections of where they're getting it from, but they're getting it somewhere. Going on 50 minutes. Cool. I think we had like 14 or 15 people in here at once. Now we've got 12. Good to see a few new ones, and of course, always good to see all the regulars are here. A bunch of them. It's always good. Good to see some new people like Karen and all. Yeah, it's cool, man. I like. Hopefully, we can keep this going and every week get a little bit better. Yeah, Dominic, still liking the Shine Armor. I cleaned the car today, and once again, it was super easy to wash because of the Shine Armor being on there. Everything just falls right off, which is great. So, yeah, it's good stuff. Gotta say, it's really good stuff. Once you use it a couple times, I like it a lot. I think it pretty much makes the car look pretty damn good to me. So, yeah, it's a nice way to cap the weekend. Get ready for the week, the 6-day work week. Blah. We'll see, though. You got to buy like the spray products. Yeah, if anybody does decide to buy it, please go to one of my Shine Armor videos and use that link because then I get a couple bucks. So. It's the same price as it is if you don't use the link, but I don't have like a discount code or anything. But I have 20,000 miles on the car as of the other day. I made a video when it was clicking over to 20. So it's finally hit 20,000 miles. It's been 24 months, and we've gone 20,000 miles. So a little less than 1,000 a month. And let's see, what is it? The 15th. So next week, I believe it's the 21st. It'll be our 2-year anniversary of having the car. So I'm going on. Obviously, I will be making a 2-year celebration review, whatever kind of video of the car. Talk about the 2 years and what's good and bad and likes and dislikes and all that. But really, there's not too many dislikes. I mean, there's really nothing. Just some minor little things that we've already talked about basically in other videos. But for the most part, I just love the car. It's been great. So hard to believe it's been 2 years. Doesn't seem like it. Larry wants to know what's the best product to remove tree sap. Yeah, I was watching some videos on that, and a lot of people found that rubbing alcohol was the best thing. And I think WD-40 also does pretty good. And there's a product, I forget what the product's name is. It has the word sap in it, I believe. It is supposed to be pretty good. Becky says she's got not quite 12,000 yet. Your dealership a luxury about not driving anymore. Motley just hit 11,000 miles in 16 months, so you drive a lot less than I do then. What kind of Challenger do you own? What's everybody on? I have a 2018 Dodge Challenger Scat Pack 6-speed. And we got a whole bunch of other people with different. We have everything from red eyes in here to RTs. I think we got a few people that come in that have SXTs and a little bit of everything. Some people don't have any Challenger, which is also fine. We don't all have to have a car. Everybody's welcome, of course. Oh yeah, Larry's got a 2016 Scat Pack Shaker. Michael Campbell's got a 2003 Chevy S10 43 Indigo Blue. Motley's got a 2018 TA 392. Nice car. I'm really wanting to get a wide body Hellcat or Scat Pack, one of the two. That's what Dominic has, is a 2019 wide body Hellcat. Michael's wanting to LS swap his car, so that'd be cool. His S10. Tail Happy's got a 15 black Scat Pack. Becky's got a 2014 RT Classic, black on black. Nice car. I think I've gotten pictures of everybody's cars pretty much here. So if you haven't sent me a picture of your car yet for my videos, go to any of my videos, and in the description there's an email address. You send me a picture and I will get your car in my videos. Or you can go to my Joey66 Facebook page and send me a message there with a picture or whatever as well. Either way. Michael's thinking about doing videos on it. Not sure yet. You should, man. Definitely do some videos on it. Mark's got a 2010 SRT8 with 20,000 miles. That's good. That's low miles for that year. One of 211 of B5 Blue and automatic. Cool. I love B5 Blue. Fortunately, they discontinued it this year for 2020. Michael will send me email. You don't have social media besides YouTube. Okay, cool. Yeah, email it or whatever, guys, and I will get those. I think I got a few right now. I need to get into a video soon. Yeah, Becky doesn't drive a lot, does she? Whoa. She gets lectured. I kind of wish we didn't drive ours. We haven't really been driving it as much lately. It's kind of nice because our car's worth quite a bit more than what we owe on it right now. So if we were to go trade it in or or whatever, we'd be in pretty good shape. So Becky's just trying to save some money, aren't we all? Trying to make some money. Saving money is making money though as well. So a penny saved is a penny earned, as they say. But I'm about ready to start making some more money. Everybody send me some good vibes and good thoughts. Tell Happy has about 3,000 equity, and that's good. It's always good to see about a lot of people are upside down in their car, and that's scary, man. As a matter of fact, there's been Michael says decided not to get a 2019 Silverado. Insurance is too much and the payment's way too high. Don't get into something that you're going to be stressed out about if you do it. You know, I always tell people that if you're not going to enjoy the vehicle, if it stresses you out, try to make the payments and the insurance and everything else. There's been some people on Facebook, some of the forums on Facebook the last week or so, last few days, I guess, actually, but talking about, there's one in particular that has not bad credit, doesn't have very good credit, and trying to get a Challenger with a little bit of money down, and he got the dealership offered him it wasn't a very good deal, really high interest rate, and just wasn't a good deal, but he's thinking about doing it anyway. And I hate to see somebody do that, because it's just, wait until you can, do it. It doesn't take that long to get your credit fixed and to get a little bit better interest rate and get a better deal and all that stuff. Don't get so excited about it and jump into it before you're ready, because it's just going to be a stressful thing, and you're not going to enjoy the car as much. Michael's on a fixed income, you wouldn't be able to afford to live. Yeah, that would be a problem. I see so many people going into car deals, and they're just worried about the payment. That's all they really think about. It's like there's you need to get all the numbers have to work right. You don't want to just think, oh, it's this much payment, I'm happy with that. For how long and for how much you have to put down and all that stuff. You don't want to put yourself in a bad position. Yep. You don't know when you're going to lose your job. You don't know when things might change. There could be some kind of emergency that causes you an issue. I mean, if you have a car that is you owe more on than it's worth, and you don't have gap insurance or whatever, and you get into a car accident, you could be without a car and still owe on the car. So that would really suck. Yeah, Karen, for sure. Where I live, a lot of people's car payments are more than their house payments because we live in rural Nebraska, and houses here, real estate here is very, very inexpensive. So there's a lot of people around here that are making house payments of $200 or $300 and car payments of 6, 7, 8,000, whatever. So yeah, it's very true around here, especially. There's houses in around here and in other little towns around here that are decent little houses, livable houses for $15,000 or $20,000. So as you can imagine, the payments on that are pretty low. Becky paid more for her car than her house. Yeah, cars are getting expensive, and you really think about it. To go out and buy even your basic transportation car, just your average car, whatever you want to call average, um, Chevy Malibu or something, you're talking about a pretty good chunk of change and a pretty good payment on those cars. So yeah, XST is a good little car, not little car, good big car, and 305 horsepower is nothing to sneeze at either. They're cool cars. They look cool, and yeah, Mark, that's another good thing. You can wait till a car is a couple years old, 3 or 4 years, whatever. They've dropped, the values dropped way down, and if you can find one with decently low miles and good shape, you can pick it up inexpensively and have a pretty good value there and still be worth something when you're done with it. So I'm all for people getting their cars that they want, their dream cars or whatever. I'm totally for that. Obviously, that's what I did. Pretty much not my dream car, but close. And but I just don't want people to do it when they're not ready. I did that in the past once, a long time ago when I was younger. I bought a car that I shouldn't have bought, and I did. It turned into a stressful thing, and it sort of ruined the experience. And I didn't buy another new car for a really long time until this one. So I went for quite a few years buying pretty much just not junk cars, but $2,000, $3,000 cars, whatever, and driving them until they became too much to fix or whatever, and then go get another one. So I actually usually would have like 2 at a time because when you drive cars like that, you kind of need 2 because one might be broken down. So while you're getting that one back running, you need something else. So we usually would have 2 or sometimes 3. Tail Happy's out of here. Take it easy, man. Thanks for being here. Really appreciate it. I will keep up the great vids. If you guys keep watching them, I'll keep making them. I really appreciate all the support. You guys rule. Don't forget to let the ads run. The more ads that run, the more you let the ads run, the more better videos I can make. The better videos I can make. I am going to be needing some video equipment soon. I got a camera issue with my GoPro type cameras. Both of them are. I can't drive and make videos anymore with them up in the windshield because there's a horrible rattling sound in both of them, so it ruins the audio. So I'm gonna have to do something about that. Mark, send a picture. If you go to any of my videos and look down in the description of the video, down at the end of that description, I always put my email address in there. And that's how most people send me the pictures. Or you can go to Facebook, Joey66, all one word on Facebook. And you can send me one over there too if you want. Either way, whatever's easier for you. Probably due for another viewer rides video here coming up. hopefully this week, or probably before next weekend, I would say. Especially if you guys in here tonight, everybody sends me something. And actually, Becky, I got her car picture from her Facebook. So, Subject Zero, hey, what's up? You got your eye on a 2013 RT with 94,000 miles and occupation of a new engine block, 20,000 to go. New ECM is at about 1/3 the price of a new RT. Would you pull the trigger on that? If it's 1/3 the price of a new RT, yeah, that sounds like a pretty good deal. I mean, you can't really go wrong. Calgary Rambler, what is going on? Yeah, Subject Zero, that sounds like a pretty good deal. ECM, new engine block, 20,000 miles ago, 94,000 is not too bad if it's got a new engine and third the price of a new RT. Yeah, that sounds like a pretty good deal. I think I'd probably do that. How's things up there, Calgary Rambler? Just hanging out down here in Nebraska, doing our usual Sunday night stuff. So cool, man. Good. All good here. We're starting to have the trees are starting to look a little different color just all of a sudden the last few days. So I guess fall is around the corner, which I'm dreading. I like fall, but what comes after fall is the few months of hell here in Nebraska. So I'm not looking forward to that. Yeah, Becky brings up a good point. Subject Zero. Make sure they did everything that was supposed to be done as far as the recalls. Michael's going to head out. All right, Michael, you're going to catch us all next Sunday. Hopefully, cool. Yeah, come back next Sunday. Appreciate it if you would. Look forward to seeing you again. Have a good week. Everybody should have a good week, I hope. Yeah, Becky, good point. I'm glad you brought that up. I didn't think about that. I am not looking forward to morning. I don't really want to go to work. I know it comes as a shock. I never say that, do I? I don't know. Like once I'm there, it's okay. I have this thing where I think about it too much. Once I'm there, it's all fine usually. But yeah, how much of the history actually do you know? Subject Zero, you got a pretty good idea of everything, why and what exactly went on. And I don't know, at 1/3 of the price, I mean, that's pretty. If it's just looking for something for a good driver and something to have fun with and all that, sounds like it'd be pretty hard to pass up. Thanks, Mark. Yeah, send me a picture, man, and definitely come back next time. Appreciate having you here. Always good to have you here, and yes, get that picture sent. I'll get you in my video, one of my videos. I love seeing everybody's cars. It's one of the best parts of the whole video making thing is getting those emails or pictures on Facebook or whatever of you guys' cars. I really enjoy that. It's a good time, and I think everybody kind of likes to look and see everybody else's cars, and it's fun. Got a few people around here in town here want to do some little things with their cars, like get their cars in my video, but more than just a picture, but actually do a little feature or whatever on their car, or a little reaction, or they could show off their car a little bit. I think that would be fun too. So hopefully we get that going soon before the weather turns. It's getting about time to do that, because it won't be long before we start having bad weather. Last year we got some pretty early snow, like in October sometime. So hopefully we don't have that again. We had a rough winter, like a lot of the country did. Last winter was pretty bad. Yeah, Reese's peanut butter cups. I don't eat them, but I wear the shirt. I'd like to eat them. Larry, good night. Have a good night, man. Thanks for being here. Come back again. Definitely come back. Hope you enjoyed it. Like I said, we just kind of hang out and, you know, shoot the you know what over about whatever. So, yeah, Dominic, hell no snow knocked. I hope not. We really haven't had any until like last year. I think it might have been the first year that I was since I lived here 15 years or so that we actually had that early of a snow, and the whole winter was that way. We had a lot of snow, and a lot of cold. It pretty much sucked. So let's hope we don't have that again. I feel like the summer just flew by, mostly because I started my new job in April, and I've been concentrating on that, and haven't really done anything else. And the whole summer has just been like working, getting used to a new job kind of thing. And so I haven't really enjoyed the summer a whole lot. I haven't had a lot of chance to really do any summertime activity type things. So now it's like, damn, it's almost gone, and the summer is gone, but the nice weather's almost gone, and then we're going to go back into that. The dark times of winter, which is just no fun. The only good thing about winter is if you're a YouTuber, your views usually go up in winter because more people are at home and they're less likely to be out doing things and more likely to be at home watching videos. The bad part about it is if you're an automotive YouTuber and in the winter and you live in this area like I do, very limiting on the videos you can make, obviously. So like last year, there was a couple different times, or it was a couple weeks between times when I could make any kind of. I made videos anyway. I tried to do news stuff and other things like that. But as far as doing things with the car, there'd be long stretches of time where you really can't. There's not much you can do. You can only make so many videos about how you can drive the car in the snow because once everybody's seen it, they've seen it. You can't do a lot of like car detailing and do anything to the car as far as parts or adding or taking away or doing because it's just too cold to work on it. So it limits you. So in one way you get more views if you can make videos, and the other way it makes it a lot harder to make those videos. So if I lived in a nicer area, it would be great, but and maybe eventually that will happen. Becky doesn't even want to think about winter, and Dominic says the summer days always go by so fast. Yep, and yep, for sure. I don't really want to live somewhere that's super hot either, but somewhere in between, somewhere where it doesn't get too extreme in any direction, which is kind of rare in the United States. Pretty much everywhere has something going on. So yeah, I like to do donuts in a snowy parking lot or take the crowd on the snow because I get a lot of questions about that. That's probably one of the most common questions I get, and also that I see like on Facebook and other places where there's forums and things like that. That's one of the most common questions is, can you drive these things in the winter? And they'll be like, I live in New York, or I live in Canada or Minnesota or whatever. And so I usually show those people my videos and say, here's me driving my Scat Pack in the snow. It's not that big of a deal. If it gets deep snow, you can't really, and you have to be careful, obviously. But like I always say in my videos about that our our grandparents and great grandparents and all those people, they drove American rear wheel drive big cars year round, no matter what the weather, with crappy tires that they had back then, and they managed. So we can do it if we have to, or you can always just, if you have the money to, you can always get a little beater car for the winter or whatever. So I understand that's not always feasible for everybody. Some people don't have the extra money for insurance and another car and all the other things, and some people don't have where to put a second car. I know there's a lot of reasons, but Calgary agrees. Winter can be great for views and subs. Yeah, if you can get some content going in the winter, Karen says winter just drags and drags. Yes, it does. Winter, especially last year's winter, seemed like forever. It seemed like it was 6 months. And it kind of was. It was like 5 months. So it was started out cold right away, and then in the spring just didn't want to show up. So okay, Larry just sent me a picture on my looks like on my Facebook page for Joy66. So that's cool. Calgary Ramble, who remembers the storm of 77? I remember the storm of 78 here or not here, but in Colorado. In May of 78, we had a bad storm. There's a picture of my dad standing in the front yard of our new house at the time. And I was just a little kid. And he's holding up a sign that says May 8th, 1978. And he's like thigh deep in snow. But 77, I'm trying to think. I don't think I remember in Colorado anyway, if we had I remember the one of 97 in Colorado. We had a horrible, everything was closed for a couple of days in Colorado Springs. We got nailed. It was like waist deep. It was bad. There was drifts that were, rib deep. My car, I lived in some apartments, and my car was out in the parking lot, and I couldn't exactly remember where I parked, and their cars had so much snow on them. You really weren't sure which one of those little lumps was your car. That's how much snow there was. I did, Sky. I was checking that out. I stayed up way too late last Sunday night watching some of that, and he's actually in Pueblo, Colorado, which was also interesting to me because that's my area where I grew up and stuff. So I grew up in Colorado Springs. And it looks like he's down in Pueblo. So from what I can gather from the videos, I think he's in Pueblo, which is just south of Colorado Springs. So kind of from my same area. He was talking about like going up to Denver, and I could see I-25. I could see a lot of the stuff that I recognized in some of the videos. So it's kind of cool. Yeah, and then I was exhausted all day Monday because I think I watched I forget how many of his videos I watched, but I watched a bunch of them. Steve Fitzpatrick. So there's no videos we can be Hellcat snow. That Chad was stuck at DIA, Denver International Airport, for 2 nights and 3 fun days in the 97. Oh, I bet. Yeah, that storm was hell. I mean, it was probably the worst one I've ever experienced. I mean, we literally, in Colorado Springs and Colorado, generally, people are pretty used to the snow and pretty tough, and it doesn't really phase you that much. But we were just basically stranded and stuck. There was just nothing. You really couldn't do anything. I had a friend whose wife went into labor when that storm happened, and the Army had to. They lived way up in the neighborhood, and there was no way to get her to the hospital. Ambulances couldn't get. There was no way, so the Army had to bring in. They did finally get to his house with a couple of Humvees, and got her out of there to the hospital. So it was a bad storm. Ricardo Ruiz, what's going on, man? Ruiz, I'm sorry. You like your videos on engine cleaning? Just cool. Yeah, I like to do those. A lot of people don't like to do that. A lot of people are scared to do that. But if you're careful and you don't put a bunch of high pressure and stuff in there, it's a good thing to do. They don't sell those products for like these big companies don't make products for that because they want to get sued when your engine doesn't. So it's pretty safe to do. You just got to be careful. And yeah, I like to keep the engine clean. So I do need to clean the hood though, on the bottom side of the hood, that stuff that's under there. I'm not really sure how to get that real clean. I don't know. I'm going to have to watch some videos of somebody else and see what they do about cleaning that. It's starting to get kind of dirty up there. Yeah, Chad, you were there with 4,000 friends. I bet you all became friends after being there for 3 days. Sky says DIA is a nice airport, though a lot of people complain about it. I think it's kind of cool looking and everything, but a lot of people complain about that airport. But it's just a busy airport. So Becky says that in March 1993, West Virginia had a very bad blizzard. Timberlake, Joey, do you have people always wanting to race you when driving on the highway? Yeah, quite a bit. A lot of people, and then a lot of times, for some reason, it's guys in diesel pickups around here, around Nebraska. Some of those are pretty quick, and then a lot of like Honda guys and things like that, and occasionally somebody else. But you do get that a lot. And there's been a couple times when someone thought I wanted to race when I wasn't trying to. Chad Kempster's got a roll. Hey, man, take it easy. Salsa is done, and it's smoking. Uh-oh. Take it easy, Chad. Enjoy. Wash your hands. Have a good night, man. Thanks for being here. I always appreciate you coming in. Always entertaining, funny. I love that. It's the coolest thing ever. Yeah, I bet, Dominic, if you guys had a Blizzard 93 at Pittsburgh, probably the same one. Well, that one must have missed us. Maybe we got it. I don't remember, but must have missed us in Colorado, I'm assuming. Sky says got to get you had a chance to get behind the wheel of a police car Charger. It was an all-wheel drive. How was that? I haven't driven all-wheel drive. No power of any kind. Slow. Well, yeah. It depends on what you're used to. Slow's all in the eye of the beholder, you know. Hey, Joey, how many miles per tank do you get? It kind of depends on how I drive, but 18.5 gallons at, probably averaging maybe 14 miles to the gallon. So whatever that comes out to. Someone do the math for me. Ricardo, I use Shine Armor. Shine Armor, it's like a waterless wash type car, and it also protects, and it's got some ceramic in it and everything. It's pretty good stuff. I really like it. It's easy to use, and it makes the car look great. Keeps it looking good. So, and if you're interested in buying some, if you go to any of my videos that talk about the Shine Armor, if you look down there, I do have a affiliate link in there where if you order it from my link, you get I get a little bit of cash for that. So, not much. But it is good stuff, and they sell a bunch of other products too. They have some scratch remover, and they've got window treatment, and they got a few different things. And again, I think they have an interior detailer now too. So. But yeah, you use it, and it really repels water. It makes it easier to clean the next time. For the next few times after you use it. It makes it super easy to wash. You basically just got to rinse it off because nothing really sticks to it anymore. It just falls right off, which is great. So I feel like I'm always running a commercial, but I'm not mean to do it. But it is good stuff. So, but there's a lot of other good stuff too. So there's plenty of good things that and Meguiar's ceramic spray stuff is awesome as well. So. And the Meguiar's they have a aerosol ultimate fast finish, which is amazing product. It works fantastically. It goes on and off so easy. It's really quick to use, and it makes your car look great. It makes it repel everything. It's good stuff too. And you can also use that on leather and the rubber and everything inside the car and the plastics and all that as well as the outside of the car. So it's a really good product. Sky One, you got a trial can of the aerosol at a car show. It's good stuff. I really like it. I used it on a Saturn as an experiment. I did half of the hood and left half, and it is, you can still see the difference. And it's been that was in April, so. And I've used it on the Challenger. I've used it on the Challenger interior because I saw Dallas detailing and paint correction guy on YouTube. I've seen his videos, and he uses it on interiors. So I started using it on mine. It does work really well for interiors as well. And it just takes a little bit. You spray it on the rag, on the microfiber cloth, and then you apply it, and then you wipe it, and you clean it with the clean one. You don't spray it actually on the object itself. You put it on the rag, wipe, and then flip it over, or use another rag and wipe it. Good stuff, though, for sure. Good stuff. There's a lot of good products. I always say that, like when I talk about Shine Armor and that I think it's great stuff. I always try to. There's just so many good detailing products out there, and I think like almost all of them are good. I haven't really tried any that sucked. So there's a couple of the tire dressings that I tried that I think kind of sucked because they didn't last very long, or they were super greasy and flung stuff everywhere. But for the most part, most of the stuff is good. So I don't like to try stuff on your car unless it's a name brand. Yeah. There's so much detailing stuff out there now. It's amazing. I mean, if you go on some forum or something and ask for advice, you're going to get 50 different answers. And, from every company, from some tiny little backyard guys making their own, all the way up to, Meguiar's or one of the other huge companies. And they're probably all right. They probably all work well. So. So I bought some stuff that's supposed to keep headlights from fogging. You used it on your wife's new car for 4 years, and now after 4 years it started fogging. It's supposed to keep it from fogging, huh? There's some good stuff that you can reverse that with. I haven't tried any of the stuff that's supposed to prevent it though. There's a bunch of products out there for reversing it once it gets all that pitted up and fogged, that foggy look. It's not really fog, it's because it's all pitted and it's not smooth anymore. Matter of fact, I have a 3M kit for that right now as we speak that I have never opened. Maybe I should give that away on my channel or something for some kind of contest or something. I should probably think about that. I've had it hanging up in the garage for forever. I've never used it. I probably never will use it. So 3M work. Yeah, it's just it gets pitted again, so you have to keep doing the sanding thing to get it smoothed out again. So. Checking my phone to see if it's my kids. It's not. People sending me links to stuff, so that's cool. Why can't we get glass in there? Yeah, like the old days they were glass. Probably just because of the cost and the the shapes of all the headlights now. That kind of, when they went to the plastic type that we all use now with the little bulbs instead of the whole enclosed bulb with the big square ones and the round ones that we used to have, it really changed the way that they could style cars and design them and all that stuff. So yeah, the 3M kit's supposed to work really well. I've seen people use it and it works real well. There's also I used a Turtle Wax one. It just comes with some little sanding pads and a couple different things. It works pretty well. You guys know I did a video. That company sent me those. It's just like wipes. It's like hand wipe things, and use them on the headlights. I used it on girlfriend's Prius, and it worked awesome. And they still look good. And it's been a few months, 2 or 3 months now or something. So they still look good. So that worked pretty well. And then another thing that works really well is just off mosquito repellent. Take a microfiber cloth, spray the headlight with mosquito repellent, and wipe it off, and it clears them right up, and it lasts a few weeks. So even though it only lasts a few weeks, if you think about it, a can of that mosquito repellent is pretty cheap. So if you got to go out there every month and a half and spend literally 2 minutes wiping them off again to get them looking good again, that's a pretty good deal. It works pretty well. So it fills in all the pits, I think is what it is, petroleum in there or something that fills in and smooths it out, makes it look clear again. So it works pretty good. Yeah, the turtle wax one I thought worked pretty good. There's a million of those too. There's a million ways to fix the. Just go on YouTube and look at that, and you'll see there's going to be 1,000 videos of different ways to do it, so different products and different home remedies and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, but I think the plastics, it's here to stay because they can, it's so much more flexible as far as car designs and all that stuff than the old glass squares and rounds, and there's really no way to get too crazy with the shapes on those. So. And if they did, it would be super expensive. So then when your bulb burns out, and it's, well, with the headlights we have on our Challengers now, the HIDs and all that stuff, when they burn out, it's very expensive to change as well. But yeah, Sky, you love the way people move out of your way. Yes, they kind of do. It's weird. I'm going to drive, the Challenger. People kind of get out of the way a little bit, or they want to race or something. Some people just ignore it. Non-car people couldn't care less, but which is fine. But then I drive that Prius at times, and what a difference, because when you're driving a Prius, everybody gets aggressive with you. They get right up on your butt. They cut in front of you. It's like it angers people for some reason, which is weird to me. But Kim says she doesn't notice it, but I totally notice it. People treat you completely differently on the road, depending on what you're driving. It's like the most hated car on the internet and in the world and on the highway. So when people see you driving a Prius, they want to ride your butt, and then they want to come flying around you and cut right in front of you. So it's an interesting difference for sure. We have a couple of totally different cars, We have one gas guzzling muscle car that's cool, and we have one gas sipping nerd hybrid car. So I don't know. They both serve their purpose. But I sure feel a lot cooler when I'm driving the Challenger. I tell you that much. Challenger in the rear view is very intimidating. Yeah, or Chargers. There's a lot of cars that are kind of that way. Becky used to creep up on a girl you worked with, scared the crap out of her driving behind her. Too much fun. I think the Charger's cool for a four-door. If I had to have a four-door, like if I had little kids or something like that, I'd probably consider the Charger. But muscle car should have 2 doors. So yeah, it's not a smart car. I wouldn't drive a smart car. I don't care what anybody says. That thing looks like a death trap to me. Way too small. And those smart cars don't even get like great gas mileage compared to a lot of cars. They're not all that economical. I'm not really sure what's most smart about them, but yeah, the old Chargers were 2 doors, but now of course it's a 4-door. So it's kind of weird there's a Charger that's a 4-door, but we're used to it now because it's been a 4-door since whenever, late 90s or whenever the hell they came back with a Charger. Not late 90s, whatever, you know what I'm saying. I'm not sure why anybody would buy a smart car. It doesn't make any sense. It's tiny. It basically only hurt like two people. They're dangerous. The gas mileage isn't that impressive compared to. There's a whole bunch of cars you can go buy off any car lot that get just as good a gas mileage, that are way more convenient cars and safer cars, and going to last longer, and they're going to be easier to fix. And I don't see any point in a smart car. I don't understand it, but. Those glowing amber rings in the Challenger are spectacular. Some people like to turn them off. I like them on. So Ricardo says, would Charger convince you if it was? Yeah, definitely. The Elephant engine. Yeah. I'm not saying I don't like the Charger. I do. I'm just saying I prefer a two-door. I prefer the Challenger. It's just more retro. It's more of a traditional muscle car, more of a traditional look. And the Charger is more of a modern, futuristic type car. And like I said, if I had kids and stuff like that, I definitely would be thinking of Charger probably because it would make a lot more sense. But I don't have little kids anymore. I got kids, but they're all pretty much grown. They're older at least. So when they do got to get in the car, it's not a huge deal. They can walk. I keep the DRLs on all the time. I like the way they look. So I don't know how the smart car can be legal, Dominic. It doesn't seem like it. I guess if motorcycles can be legal, smart car can be legal. It's not much more protection than a motorcycle. It's crazy. And they're slow, so they're actually more dangerous than motorcycles because motorcycle you can accelerate and brake a lot better, and probably a lot safer than you are in that slow, horribly performing vehicle, car without any more protection. So yeah, they're probably pretty dangerous. Imagine getting on a on ramp to an interstate or something, a busy interstate in a smart car, trying to get and merge with the traffic. Oh my God, that's got to be an adventure. Yeah, exactly, Becky. Exactly. So I was just saying, I don't know how you can. I'd be scared to death. But I don't think the kind of people that drive those cars are scared to death because they don't really have that thought process. They're just, oh, it's a cute car, and they're just out there. I don't think they think of things like, do you realize that you are in everybody's way? And yeah, I don't know. Yeah, the on ramps are a little too much fun in the Scat Pack. I'll probably get myself in trouble one of these days because I'm going to do what I do on the on ramps, and I'm going to meet a state trooper as I'm getting on there or something one of these times. But I like to get going way faster than I need to, and then I have to actually slow down when I get out there. Yeah, there's one here in town. There's a smart car, and actually, I think there might be two around here. I think there is two of them around here, and I see them up in Hastings, Nebraska. There's a couple are running around up there too, and I recently seen a couple that were being pulled by like RVs or whatever, like people on vacation or whatever pulling the car behind the. I've seen a few of them around still. You can ride under a tractor trailer with one of them smart cars. Probably can. Ricardo says he has the MPs on base. Tell me to rev it. Cool. What branch are you in, Ricardo? I almost always drive in sport mode. I almost am always in sport mode unless the roads are slick or something. Then I'll leave it in regular so I get the maximum, you know, uh, I'm getting tired and I can't think anymore. The maximum, traction control and whatever they call the rest of it, stability control. That's the word I was looking for. Yeah, it does feel a little sluggish, and I also have the 6-speed. So when it's in the default mode, when it's in the regular mode, it'll do that skip shift thing where it won't let you. I can't even think what it does now. It forces you from first to fourth? I think I can't remember now, or second to. Anyway, whatever. I hardly ever feel have the skip shift kick in because I'm always in sport mode, which doesn't do that when I'm in sport mode. Plus, even when I'm not in sport mode, I usually drive aggressively enough. I don't drive super aggressively, but I drive aggressively enough to overcome the skip shift most of the time. It doesn't kick in, but every once in a while it'll get me, and I'll be like that split second of like, what the heck is the car doing? I realize, oh yeah, it's supposed to do that. But I don't really worry too much about the skip shift eliminator because, like I said, I've only had it kick in a few times on me, so I drive like a maniac, I guess. I don't know, but yeah, if it did it all the time, I definitely would want to do the skip shift eliminator. But like I said, it's such a rare occurrence that I have the skip shift thing happen that I don't really worry about it. And I'm pretty sure, at least I think, because I have it in sport mode, I don't get it anyway. I could be wrong. Maybe it's because I drive more aggressively or something, but I think sport mode, it doesn't go into skip shift. So but like I said, when it does happen, it's like there's a split second of like, what the heck is going on? Your brain's going, what? And then it takes a second to realize, oh, yeah, okay. The car's just doing what it was designed to do, but it's a weird thing. I know that's how they get around some of the MPG stuff for the federal government and all that. People hate that they do that, but when you're a car company, you've got to try to reach certain levels of economy and all that. So they do a lot of weird things to make that happen. Yeah, Ricardo, you have yours, the customer. I have everything in the sport set to sport, and then everything in the regular set to. I can't even remember not to look. I don't drive in the regular ever. Please ask others what they are driving. What's everybody driving? Smart cars and Prius. If anybody wants to see a funny video, go check out on YouTube. Go check out Motor Week, the classic Motor Week episodes. So if you go to Motor Week on YouTube and look for the, I believe it's the 1982 Pontiac 1000 test that they did back in '82. You can watch that old video, and it is hilarious. The car does, oh God, 0 to 60. I think it is. Oh, I can't remember the times now. It's pathetically horrible. The quarter mile came in at 20 some seconds at 50 something miles an hour, and I believe 0 to 60 was 30 seconds. I don't know how they could make a car that slow, but they did. So watch the video; it's amazing. And even back then, the commentator guys, that do the show, were like amazed at how slow the car was, and kind of that it was actually kind of dangerous to be that slow. Yeah, 30 seconds, 0 to 60, and I think the quarter mile came in at 20 some seconds, and obviously didn't get to 60 miles an hour in a quarter mile. EP says 28 Honda Accord Touring 1.5 gets you around. Cool, good. Any car that gets you around is a good car. So I don't have a valet mode on my vehicle, so. Ricardo says he heard the rumor that the 2023 92 will be pushing out 550 horsepower. I'm want to see. That would be cool. I mean, I kind of hope not because mine doesn't, but it'd still be cool though. They keep improving everything, so then that makes you want to buy a new one. That's the whole point, I guess. That's why they do it. it makes it more appealing to everybody, and especially more appealing to guys who already have an older one, because when all the new stuff comes out and it's way better than what you got, want to move up. It's a nature of human nature, and especially the nature of people who are into cars. You always want something better than what you got. So. Sky, they may be going away from 8 cylinders. They may go with a 6-cylinder twin turbo, or with a hybrid assist to give it some ridiculous amount of horsepower. We'll see. I'm sure whatever they do, it's going to keep getting faster probably. So we'll see. I don't know. Hey, good night, Steve. Thanks for being here, man. Always good. Always good. So thanks for being here. Really appreciate it. Come back again. Speaking of that, I should probably head out myself. We've been here longer than what I usually hang out, so we probably should get this thing wrapped up for the night. Got that dang job in the morning I got to go to, so I still got to do some stuff and get ready for that and get my clothes ready and all that stuff. I think probably won't shave the head, and I'm too lazy, so I'll probably let it go till tomorrow after work. All right, Ricardo, good luck with that. Good luck with your PT, and take care, man. Thanks for being here. Appreciate it. Come back. We're here every Sunday night. So, and then thanks for supporting the channel. I really appreciate it. Anytime, come on back. And good night to everybody. Good night, Becky and Sky, Motley, Ricardo, Dominic, Steve, everybody, Sky, all of you guys. Thanks so much for being here. Really, 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 really appreciate all you guys. Support of the channel is overwhelming, and I just love it, guys. Thanks a lot, and I will see you soon. I'll be making some more videos this week for sure, and like I always say, I'll try to maybe come and do another live. I know I don't do that often, but I think I'll try this week again as usual. Yeah, thanks, Scott. Thanks for the thumbs ups over here, guys, on the thing. I really appreciate that too, guys. Thanks a lot. Take care, guys. Appreciate it. And I made 2 videos today, so if you haven't seen them yet, go check those out if you get a chance. Really appreciate you being here, guys. Thanks a lot. Take care. Good night. See ya.